Well, I mean, I can't believe we're actually going to go to live to Port Vale Football Club. I had the pleasure of going there just a few months ago and watching a match, and it was absolutely incredible. Matt, welcome.
Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How does it go? Vale, Vale, Vale. I think so, that's the chant.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I need to practice that bit. Okay, so Matt, thank you so much. It's absolutely incredible what Port Vale are doing today to raise awareness of Peace Day, 21 September, a day of ceasefire and non-violence. So please tell us, why is Peace Day so important to Port Vale Football Club?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for letting us be part of such an amazing day. And I think as a football club, we're embedded in the local city. So Stoke-on-Trent has two football clubs. And I think we're using Peace Day as a real opportunity for the two clubs to collaborate, the two clubs to highlight the work that we can do together off the pitch. We might be competitive on it, but it's really important to show the communities and the wider world that football can make a difference, and particularly around peace. I think we have an obligation to make sure that we hold the right values, that we're demonstrating behaviours that are good for communities, and we've got lots of activity going on today and really throughout the week to try and highlight that alongside, again, as I've said, the other club in the city, Stoke.
Incredible. So look, just talk to me about some of the things that you have got going on, because you Matt, you know that you and the team of Port Vale are planting a seed here for something that I know you want to grow for next year as well. But just tell me about the things that you have done and are doing this Peace Day.
Well, I was actually just listening to the football forum that you've had on a few minutes ago. So it's well documented, I think, that clubs are now doing a lot more within their community and taking that responsibility. I think what we've decided to do today is really highlight everything good about Stoke-on-Trent and try to promote the work that we're doing, particularly around some of the harder to reach communities and some of the tougher spots of Stoke-on-Trent. So we've got some work going on with the older generation. So we've got some Stoke City and some Port Vale participants on our programmes actually meeting for some walks and talks. So we've got them meeting. It's a social isolation programme, so it's bringing people together to talk about experiences around sport, but also Stoke-on-Trent. We've got a litter pick, which is a 5-mile walk which we're doing along the canal, again doing it as two clubs, so walking and as we go, actually demonstrating that we can tidy up the canal, tidy up the open spaces that we've got around Stoke-on-Trent. So doing that, and we're really proud of the work that some of our community and supporters are doing around that. And finally, just outside the stadium where I'm sitting now, we've got a walking football tournament happening across, again, the clubs, which is all about supporters from different clubs, from different communities. Yes, playing a little bit of football, but more importantly, finding out a little bit more about their background, their religion, their values, their cultures. So part of that is what's going to be happening round about now, I think, because it's lunchtime here in Stoke-on-Trent. So the football would almost be finished, and the bit around the conversation, the really important bit, starts. So plenty of that, and then naturally we're doing lots on social media. So the media and the reach that we can have as a football club, and how we can start to influence other football clubs, hopefully, to start doing a lot more in this space as we move into next year. So lots going on, Jeremy.
It's absolutely incredible, and I'm just my family are massive football supporters. I won't say the teams that they're supporting, of course, but I know that they'll all be really smiling and really proud, as I am, of the fact that you're doing this. It's such an incredible level. I mean, talk to us a little bit about some of the programs that you actually are running, because I know that education and young people is incredibly important to Port Vale Football Club. Talk to us a little bit about that, because they call it the beautiful game. And I heard someone once say to me many years ago, when I was seeing people in Somalia when I was there near Mogadishu playing football, and somebody told me that it was one of the first things that happened between conflicts and opposing sides was the game brought them together. And somebody once mentioned to me that the game of football itself should win the Nobel Peace Prize, which I thought was absolutely fascinating. So talk to me a little bit about the power of football, and talk to me about some of the things that you're doing and investing in new generations.
Yeah, as you quite rightly say, sport can be a force for good. And I think that's part of this club's responsibility, and particularly with the owner, Carol Shanahan, and the Shanahans as a family. their main focus when they bought the football club was to make a difference locally, was to make a difference to community. But where football really comes alive is making a difference to those that need it most. So we do a lot of work, not necessarily in mainstream education, but we do a lot of work with those that have become disengaged, whether that is with the education system in general, but equally they might have had some trauma in their life, some issues that have gone on for many years throughout their family network. Whatever it is, we offer opportunities for people to almost get back on track, to see there is something for them. I'm a big believer that everyone should have ambition, everyone should have an opportunity, and if Port Vale can give that young person, older person, or family an opportunity to then change the way that their world works, the way that they can see the world, and to give a much more positive outlook on what's going on, then again I see that as part of our responsibility. So we do a number of programmes in primary schools, secondary schools, with the colleges and universities in the area on targeting and tackling some of those issues that I just mentioned. So staying away from sort of the mainstream elements of education, but looking at those alternative methods of making things happen for people, making opportunities happen and creating those. Equally, we do a lot of positive diversionary work with a wide variety of cultures and communities in the local area, which is about opportunity. So that's around, we've got some tough work going on at the moment around gang crime, around knife crime, around actually really getting into some of the social issues surrounding the city of Stoke-on-Trent, and how Port Vale and the brand of football can help some of the more statutory services, i.e. the police and local authority, to come at things at a different angle and actually try to motivate individuals that are probably wrapped up in things that they shouldn't be, to come away from that, to raise their aspiration, to raise some of their educational attainment potentially, which means that they may end up with opportunities of getting into volunteering, getting opportunities in employment, and opportunities just of enhancing their life. So yeah, lots of work's going on. We work with individuals from as young as we do baby massage, and with one of our connections through one of the other associated charitable arms, which is Bez Cura, right the way through to, I think our oldest participant on the programmes at the moment are 103. So we've got, we do service the whole community of Stoke-on-Trent, and we're really proud to do so.
Matt, listen, it's absolutely incredible, Matt. You're so eloquent, and it's just really inspirational, to hear you talk every time I do get the chance, to have a chat with you. And I was just sort of thinking about, we had James Thompson earlier, a chief marketing officer for very many large corporations in the world. And we talk about, the responsibility of corporations, right, in the journey of the manifestation of a more peaceful and sustainable world. But football clubs are doing exactly the same, aren't they? The kind of level and the seriousness and the commitment that you have, Matt, the club has to helping others, it's absolutely extraordinary. And, is this the way forward for the big clubs now? Is this just as important as winning the game, is helping community?
Absolutely. I think football, it's a competitive sport. We are competitive people, and I think winning football games is important, and I don't think we should ever forget that. And that does give people joy. Seeing a successful team on the pitch does give the city joy, give the people of Stoke-on-Trent joy. But equally, I think clubs now are much more than just what happens over 90 minutes, and a supporter of Port Vale now wants a lot more from their football club, or they expect a lot more of their football club, and we again have that duty to make sure that we can fulfil that. And I feel Port Vale is a club, a small club in League One, in the grand scheme of things, when you talk about the monsters that we've got in the Premier League. But equally, I think we do feel that we have our own set of values, but values that are absolutely linked to obviously all the work that you're doing today. And you talked about business and sort of the corporate social responsibility of particularly some of the bigger businesses and businesses within Stoke-on-Trent. And we're very proud that we will connect and work with those that do have our values. We are very strong in terms of the partners, commercially or otherwise, that we pick, and they have to be as interested and as invested in community and in making a difference, and they are the partners that Port Vale work with. And I think that is, so you've got the club and where the club wants to be, but equally who we connect with. As you know very well, Jeremy, life is about relationships. Life's about building partnerships, and we're really keen on ensuring that that is being done in a value-centred way, in a people-centred way here at Port Vale, and that's something that maybe other industries, other sports could. My short time here at Port Vale, been here since January, can definitely learn from is, be true to your values. I was saying before, just got on an interview that, we've got some unbelievable speakers that you've got today. The world has got its eyes on International Peace Day, but for me, it can really start right at the ground level where we can all just be a little bit kinder to each other. And if we're all a little bit kinder to each other, things start to happen and a real movement, really starts to make waves. So yeah, kindness for me is also a real big part of the whole movement around peace.
Yeah. Matt, I know it just oozes out of you, mate. It's so beautiful to hear you talk. It's really inspiring, man. And I really thank you for today. Look, just tell me briefly, because people don't know the sort of what you and Carol and the team, and obviously Carol's just a legend and amazing to have met her in person. But just tell us a little bit about what you've actually done to make this possible, because of course Carol holds some really amazing positions in the world of football, and what do you want to see happen in the future? And tell us something about the Football Association stuff. Where would you like to see this go around Peace Day? So
for us, this is just the beginning, and that was why I was really pleased to listen to the Football Forum a few minutes ago, because our thought would be that next year, and building on that for years to come, is that this really becomes a key and a pivotal day for the whole of our network. So the EFL network, which is you've got 72 football clubs that are reaching right into the heart of the key communities that we want to work with and make a difference to, and we've got 20 Premier League clubs. But wider than that, you've got our wider football pyramid that all now have a vested interest in making a difference. So for us, this is we were quite open with you, Jeremy. We wanted to be part of today, but the ambition is to make football a key and central part of the day, and actually the millions and millions and millions of people that we can connect with through the power of sport, through the power of a football badge, can start to hopefully get some traction on International Peace Day. But it is about this day, but equally it's then about what we do beyond that and connecting the football world to communities. And I've already made a couple of great connections just from being part of the day that we've had here, this afternoon. So it's we have ambition to make this a pivotal part of the EFL and the Premier League calendar.
Amazing, Matt. Well, listen, anybody who's a part of today, it's almost 90 people, you just let me know and I'll be absolutely honoured to introduce you to them. But no, it's absolutely incredible. And your vision, and Carol's vision, the club's vision, your vision, for the future of Peace Day in the world of football is absolutely amazing. And what better football club to lead the world, than Port Vale. So that's absolutely amazing. So we've got a minute left, and we've just got to say, so for those who want to find out more about Port Vale, the work that you do, how the club's doing in the league, all those sorts of things, where do we go? Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, obviously Port Vale Football Club. So we've got our own social media. So at Port Vale FC, we've also got all the usual stuff: your Twitter, your TikTok, your Facebook, everything else. So we've got a Port Vale which is predominantly football focused, but then we have our Port Vale Foundation. So again, all of the usual links, and it does have its own section on our website, which is all around the community and charitable work that we have going on here at Port Vale. So yeah, so please follow and share. I've already seen that you've very kindly shared some of the stuff that's been going on already. So if anyone likes what they see, please feel free to get in touch, and I'd love to connect, and I know the club would love to connect. So yeah, and thanks for having us again.
Yeah, and I would highly recommend, if you can, go to Port Vale Football Club. It was an amazing day out. Anyway, there we are. So that's it. Port Vale, Matt Hancock, absolutely incredible. Enjoy the rest of your Peace Day. Well done for bringing the city together. Walking, talking, playing, absolutely inspirational. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Jeremy. Good luck for the rest of the day.